Season 3 is now underway for the Australian Grand Prix. Very nice start. We jump past Esteban Gutierrez. Magnussen flies past us on the inside. I'm going to stick to around the outside and try and find a gap. There's been a Ferrari that's been spun out. That's Kimi Raikkonen. And I've run into the back of Daniel Kvyat. I'm not having any of that. I just want to keep him behind for as long as possible. There's contact between myself and Verstappen. That's why I'm fighting so hard to keep him behind me at this stage. Verstappen is attacking me left, right, and center every single lap. There's contact again, and now we're out.
Engine off, engine off.
We need to talk. I did all I could, but the team is terminating your contract. I'm really sorry.
Ben, you're fired.
So, after one race with McLaren Honda, we've been shown the door after a massive crash with Max Verstappen. The real reason why we were fired is really because of the massive uproar that you guys showed in the comments of the first episode of Season 3. Basically, McLaren Honda was the top voted team in the straw poll, but when I came to doing the actual race itself, all of these people just came out of nowhere saying they didn't want to see a McLaren Honda career mode. So we have only gone and got ourselves fired from McLaren Honda. We've now been given a lifeline to join a Haas F1 team. It took a lot of time to get to this point, to get to this team. So much so that we lost a season. This is now Season 4, but officially, it's still going to be called Season 3. You can see there's been a lot of work going on in the background. Red Bull have only asserted their dominance even further by almost meeting the full potential of their car, pretty much. Force India, those guys are now the third quickest car. Manor Mercedes, they've been sliding down the ladder as everyone else has been out developing them. They don't have any room for potential anymore. And as for us in the Haas F1 car, we are essentially a backmarker, pretty much where we were in the Manor in Season 1. We are slower than McLaren, the team I was originally going to go with. So I don't want to see any more complaints in the comments because we are sticking with Haas F1 team now, and it's going to be a much tougher ask to try and build this team up from the bottom, because Haas has actually got not too much room for improvement in terms of upgrades. So we may be looking to switch it up in terms of our team, maybe halfway through the season, whenever a opportunity presents itself. I'm going to be looking for the rest of this career mode series to win the Constructors.
The cars are ready, the drivers are ready. We hope you're ready as qualifying is about to begin here in Bahrain.
Right, it's not going to be easy getting into the next qualifying session, but we know you'll give it your all.
So, with all that said, as soon as I win the Constructors, I feel like I might stop F1 2016 career mode. I think that is going to be the ultimate goal now of this series going forward. But I don't think it's going to be one with the Haas F1 team. So this is all going to be a driver's career mode now, trying to build up this team while I try and suss out some offers from other teams or something like that. But yeah, this may be a bridge to bigger and better things, this Haas F1 team. Because at the moment, our career is essentially hanging in the balance at the moment. But either way, I'm not going to talk too much about the overall scheme of things. We've got a Grand Prix weekend to get on with. So in practice, qualifying, you know, like I said, this car isn't the best. It's the second slowest in the field. So we're targeting, you know, like 15th place at maximum best in terms of qualifying and race position sometimes. So that's the end of qualifying 1. We just sneak into Q2 with a lap that was good enough for 14th place. And we only squeezed in by 2/10, it looks like. So we were very, very lucky to get in a really good lap at the end of the session there. Continuing on here in Q2. My very first lap on a used set of super soft tyres was absolutely dreadful. I missed every single apex, and now this is the end of the session. I've gone with a softer tyre allocation to give myself more chances of attacking and qualifying. Because we're in a slower car, I just need to get more laps in to get myself up the order and get that track position, because it's so important when you're in a slower car, because the AI do find it a little bit hard to overtake sometimes. So just having that extra grid position can mean so much in the early stages of a career mode where, you're really struggling for pace. But checkered flag is now out in qualifying 2. I'm yet to put in a representative time. You can see we're a second up on our previous best, and we take that triple left-hander much nicer that time, and we gain quite a lot of time, almost a second out of that corner alone. Such was the disaster that was my banker lap on the used set of super soft tyres. Coming through to the third sector now, the high speed stuff. This is really the only part of the track where you need high downforce, so I've gone with a essentially pretty low downforce setup in the grand scheme of things, running with 5-6 wings or something like that. I feel like this Haas, in terms of setup, in terms of where it achieves its lap time, it's pretty good in terms of the downforce. It might lack a little bit in overall grip, so we'll need to work on the engine, I believe, going forward with the upgrades. But coming up to the line, do we improve? Yes, we do. We go 11th place and only just miss out on making it into qualifying 3. So in the grand scheme of things, that's an absolutely phenomenal result. You know, I was only expecting to qualify around P20. Anything above that I would have taken, to be honest, because we are the second slowest team on the grid. But to only just miss out on getting into qualifying 3, amazing result. We're the second slowest car. I keep saying that. I'm so sorry about that. But yeah, perfect grid position. We can do whatever we want in the race in terms of race strategy, starting on the soft compound tyres, maybe even starting on the mediums. There's lots of flexibility, and the pace is there, I must say, in terms of qualifying pace. So heading into this Bahrain Grand Prix, I think points might be on offer, and it's going to be very important for our championship to make sure we score those. It's time for the race.
There's something in the Bahrain air tonight, and I'm not just talking about the sand. Our brightest minds have thrust their brightest ideas into the spotlight of the Sakhir circuit this evening as we look ahead once more to a Grand Prix that has thrilled us so consistently in the past.
It is race time here in the Middle East, the Bahrain Grand Prix, second round of Season 3 of F1 2016 Career Mode. You can see the race strategy there is a 2-stop, starting on the soft compound tyres, switching to mediums, and then finishing on the super softs. We have the option to completely disregard that final stint, and I may do that, only running on the soft compound tyres and on the mediums, because they are the recommended tyre strategy for this race. 5 red lights for the Bahrain Grand Prix, and away we go. Wehrlein right in front of us. Amazing start. He's already attacking before we even get up into 6th gear. Incredible start from him. We'll see if we can follow him through. Maybe even go up his inside if we can. We move up into P9, 8 briefly before Wehrlein goes around the outside of us, and we have a bit of a tougher time of things as we try and negotiate him and Bottas, who are going a little bit slowly on the exit of turn 3. We're going to go at the inside of Bottas here. Boxed in Wehrlein. He couldn't go anywhere. Hulkenberg is on the outside here, and we've been spun by Bottas. Wow. What a manic start that was. We got spun by Bottas there at turn 4. Right as we were really looking good for making a lot of overtakes there, we've been demoted down to last place once again, and we've got to pretty much throw caution to the wind here. We're in a pretty slow car. I don't know what the race pace or tyre wear is going to be like, what we're going to be like in terms of straight line speed and overtaking, so I'm just going hell for leather here, just going for absolute dive bombs, lunges everywhere in an attempt to get that track position back. I'm almost, you know, kind of thrown everything away. I've just gone, screw it, I'm just going to be super aggressive in trying to get these positions back, because at the time I was so pissed off at the fact that we got spun out by Bottas and we actually overtake him there. Up the inside of the McLarens, I clattered into the side of Jenson Button there. There's contact again, and Button has gone round there. Yellow flags as he completely spun around in front of a pack of cars there. And there's a bit of a blockage there. Safety car has been deployed as well. And on lap 3 here, we've moved ourselves back into P6 and all of that. So, wow, what a yo-yo start that was. We started P11, got ourselves well inside the top 10, got spun out, last place, and now we're back inside the top 10 again. Just, I don't even know what happened there. We may need to have a replay later on to kind of digest what happened in that race. But away we go once again, the green flag racing. We got the inside of both the Toro Rossos. I actually overtook there under yellow flags, and I just didn't see that at the time. A yellow flag just popped up at the absolute worst time. because Jolyon Palmer retired just before we went to green flag racing, so I had to let Carlos Sainz and Kvyat go back through, and we overtake Sainz once again, back into P5. Oh no, into P5 for the first time in this race, pretty much, legally, and we get up the inside of Kvyat there with the help of DRS and a bit of slipstream there. So early phase of this race, we've seen so many overtakes, and they only continue now on lap 9 as we go 3 wide with both the Toro Rossos here into turn 1. Can we take the lead of the race around the outside? I think we might just about do it if we can out-traction them, and we do. Into the lead of the Bahrain Grand Prix as both the Red Bulls make their pit stops and relinquish us, the midfield runners, into the lead of this race thanks to the safety car. A lot of cars chose to make a pit stop there. Others chose to stay out, like myself and the Toro Rossos, who started on the soft compound tyres. So this phase of the race, I've elected to stay out very, very long. I'm going to do the one stop. I'm going to switch onto mediums and finish the race on those tyres. The pace of this race is so crazy. I'm having to talk so fast just to keep up with everything. And at the same time, I'm like not even keeping up with what's going on at the moment. So just to update you, we lead the race. I'm trying to block the guys behind me in terms of slipstream, trying to, maintain that track position without, losing too much time or burning too much fuel either. So I was really having to be aggressive with my maneuvers on the straight, just trying to keep them out of the slipstream. You guys know, if you do league racing or any kind of racing that's fairly close on this game, that the slipstream is very powerful on F1 2016, and if you can negate that, then you're definitely going to be you'll have a stronger chance of maintaining track position than if you don't. But either way, we rejoin on the track here, and it's going to be P10 at the moment. There's a huge cluster of cars behind us who are going to race us here. We're going side by side with Lewis Hamilton on the mediums, who gets around the outside of us there and demotes us to P11. Sebastian Vettel right behind us as well. The Ferrari is still very quick, and he's a massive threat, so I want to keep him behind me if I can. So this Bahrain Grand Prix, it's a bit of a lottery as to where you can finish in this race. It's ultimately down to straight line speed, but here's an incident with a Sauber on the soft compound tyres. They got tangled up with either a Toro Rosso or Max Verstappen or something like that, and the safety car came out once again, and it's neutralised this race for the second time in this Grand Prix, and this is only going to help me in getting myself towards that end goal of doing a one-stop in this Bahrain Grand Prix, because I'm slowing down. I'm not putting too much wear through the tyres by doing a full pace lap, and it's only happened right after I made my pit stop anyway. But as you saw there, I zoomed in on the map. There was a big break in cars there, and you can see there's no one in front of me here. And apparently the game thought I was going too slow, and now Sebastian Vettel is taking the opportunity to overtake me because the game thought that I was going too slow, and I tried to defend my position there, and Vettel just overtook me there, and he's taken my position. And there's absolutely nothing I can do about that. I tried to get my position back fairly, because I lost it unfairly, and the game's like, no, that's Seb's place. But here we go, ready to rejoin into green flag racing again. There's just so much happening in this race. It's so hard to keep up with it, but I'm going to do the best job I can now. With 11 laps to go in this race, the guys in front of us are all yet to make another pit stop in this Grand Prix, so I'm really favouring my chances here of possibly winning this race maybe, or even getting on the podium. But either way, we are looking very, very good for points, and I want to continue to move myself forward in this Grand Prix to get that track position. But like I was going to say before the safety car came out, Bahrain, it's a bit of an interesting track. It's a bit of a like straight line speed test kind of thing. If you can stay in the slipstream of cars in front of us, you can pretty much run with anyone, such is the strength of the slipstream on this game. So I was just making sure that I was running in rich revs on the straights and doing my best through the corners to maintain track position, and for the most part it was working. In this back market car, we're able to maintain track position fairly well there, as I think that was Valtteri Bottas having a retirement there, lost his engine. And at this stage, 9 laps to go in the Grand Prix. I'm just moving to the inside, trying to block that slipstream from the cars behind me to try and keep that track position. Speaking of track position, we now lead the race with 5 laps to go. And just as everyone was making their pit stops, the Red Bulls are right there to snatch up P2 and 3. And they're now right on my tail as we begin the final 5 laps of this Bahrain Grand Prix. So I thought I was going to lead by a long way. Turns out the Red Bulls did a undercut strategy, and now they're right there. Made up so much lap time on fresh tyres that they're now all on the back of me now with quite a few laps to go. It's going to be very, very hard to win this race, but I'm going to fight so hard to try and win this race if I can. A podium would still be incredible, but I still want to give it everything to try and win this race, because this might be the only chance we have all season. The Red Bulls are just way too quick. They've pretty much filled out their potential bar, so there's almost no chance of them being caught in the development race. Maybe for the rest of this season. It's going to take a very long time for any team to be able to challenge Red Bull in terms of one lap pace, but either way, you can see that's Daniel Ricciardo going up the inside of Verstappen, Verstappen up the inside of me, and Ricciardo comes out on top. We're going to go around the outside though and try and make this possibly a 3, maybe even 4 car affair, as Nico Hülkenberg, no, it's actually Perez who's getting involved on super soft tyres, freshest tyres out of anyone, so he's going to be very threatening in this race as well. Up the inside of my compatriot Daniel Ricciardo into the lead of the Bahrain Grand Prix once again, and Verstappen gets overtaken by Perez, I believe. Here's a replay of that manic battle on the start-finish straight. We've seen so many battles on the course over the course of this race on that straight. Me going 3 wide with the Toro Rossos. Now I'm battling with both the Red Bulls and Perez as well. Here's his on board. Speaking of Perez, he's just weaving the wheel everywhere. He doesn't know which way to go. He's going to go the inside of Verstappen. I squeeze out Ricciardo off the track, and Verstappen squeezes off Perez there, but I don't think he managed to get in front of him there, as Ricciardo is now looking for an avenue up the inside. I kind of left the door open there, but he kind of ran up my diffuser there, so he really wasted that opportunity, and Perez actually got up the inside of both the Red Bulls, but he couldn't make the move stick on Daniel Ricciardo either, so he's going to have to settle for 3rd place for the moment, but he's already going up the inside of both of us, heading into the final corner, and looks like Ricciardo comes out on top. I think Perez got a really nice exit as well on the super soft tyres. Here comes Max Verstappen as well, so we've gone from 1st to 4th in the space of about 20 seconds there, and now we've got to go ultra aggressive here into turn 1 if we want to have any chance at all of winning this race. We've got to hope that Perez and Ricciardo slow each other up so much through turn 2. Ricciardo comes out on top. Perez bad exit, but Verstappen is there and taking my position and final spot on the podium. I mean, this is my last chance to maybe get a podium in this race now as we go up the inside of Verstappen into 3rd place once again. I think Daniel Ricciardo is long gone for the race win here. I've just got to try and get Max Verstappen here for the podium and just really defend like crazy to try and hold on. But yeah, the first 2 spots in this race, there's no chance. They've gone like 3 or 4 seconds up the road. I've had to focus on on Verstappen. I can't talk. So I'm just going to let the gameplay do the talking for me. But either way, penultimate lap now. Daniel Kvyat. I know that's Carlos Sainz. Is it Carlos Sainz? It's probably Kvyat. He's been spun out by Verstappen. Tried to go up the inside there. Didn't work. He parked it up. Then got going again. No safety car. No virtual safety car or anything like that. And the battle continues on between myself and Verstappen here as we head on to the final lap. Ricciardo has turned up the wick in defense from Sergio Perez. So it just shows that the Red Bulls had just a little bit in reserve as well to answer back to Sergio Perez, who had super soft tyres on. The Red Bulls are going to be untouchable in Season 3. Yeah, they really are. That's why I need to switch teams and find something that has much more potential. Maybe a Mercedes or a Ferrari or something like that. But either way, we battle away with Verstappen here into turn 4. Round the outside. Let's see if we can get him back. If we can, then we're going to be half a chance of scoring on the podium here. Side by side into the middle sector. And I think we might just about get him round the outside there. We only got him there because we had the inside for the next left-hander. And it's only a few seconds here before Verstappen goes on the attack once again with some DRS. He's got pretty good drive out of this corner. It's going to be side by side up the hill as we turn right. I think that's Vettel right in behind as well. And Verstappen has got away. So it's going to be a lost cause here for the podium. Unfortunately, I just don't have anything to fight with in terms of the tyres now. I'm in a slower car as well, which definitely doesn't help things, but here goes Vettel up the inside into the final corner. Again, don't have anything to fight with. I've just got to go slow in, fast out, hope for a nice exit, rich revs, and maybe a last-second attack to maybe get 4th place back, but we don't. It's P5.
Good job, you did really well. Super driving.
Wow, what a Grand Prix that was for action. I can't remember a race that just had so much going on in terms of overtakes, safety cars, crashes, little things going wrong for us. We went super aggressive on the first lap, and you know, after we lost all those positions, I think that really helped us in getting back up the order. You know, we used the slipstream of cars in front of us to maintain track position. You know, we did our best on the straights, and I think overall doing the one stop probably did give us you know, more opportunities to score more points today. It's just unfortunate that the tyre wear really let go in the final 5 laps there. We went from 1st to 5th, and maybe in a faster car, we would have had a lot more to challenge with. But 5th place, that's 10 points for the championship tally. And yeah, I'll definitely take that. In the second slowest car, we're essentially in like a Sauber, or almost like a Manor in the current spec of Formula 1. Like, it's just going to be so hard to score points this season with the car as it is at the moment. We've really got to outperform our car to get anywhere near the points to be competitive. I feel like this is a track where the AI are slightly weaker than most tracks, so you're going to see us struggling. You're going to see a lot of midfield battles in this season, and I'm very much looking forward to it. It's going to be all about the racing, maybe not so much about, you know, going for glory or winning championships or anything like that. It's going to be a bit of a rebuild season before we get things really sorted out for Season 4, where we try and get ourselves in a big team and try and take down Red Bull to win the Constructors' Championship. That is going to be the aim for the rest of this career mode series, and I hope you guys are going to be looking forward to it too. Leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe to the channel if you're new. I'm not ending the video here, but I just thought I'd throw that in anyway. Driver standings, you can see we sit P6, level on points with Nico Rosberg. The Mercedes, again, still haven't been that great in terms of development, so that's a team I'm potentially looking towards joining maybe next season. You know, taking them by the scruff of the neck and dragging them up the order and challenging Red Bull again. Constructors, we are sitting in P5 with Romain Grosjean. I don't think he's going to score too many points, not at least for the first half of the season. We need to get the car upgraded in order for us to be anywhere near competitive. So a lot of resource points coming our way. We've got almost 1,000 now, and I think I'm going to upgrade the engine because it's the only thing I can really upgrade apart from the fuel efficiency, which really doesn't do anything for you in terms of, you know, raw pace. It's really only, you know, a bit of consistency in the race. So I'm looking for things that are going to make the car quicker in qualifying, just 1 lap pace, and that should help us. Fuel efficiency is really low down on my priority list, so engine performance, weight reduction, then downforce, then drag, and then fuel efficiency will kind of be the priorities in terms of upgrading this Haas car and getting it closer towards where we need it to be, regularly challenging in the points so that we can impress some higher teams off the grid. That's been this episode for today, guys, the Bahrain Grand Prix. Hopefully you guys enjoy this Haas career mode now. I have absolutely no choice with the teams now. Like, I'm literally like clutching on, I'm on thin ice here. I think if I stuff up with Haas or, you know, get like fired by the team, I don't think there's going to be any other lifelines because we're second slowest car, and I already got fired by McLaren Honda because a lot of you guys didn't want me to drive for that team. So there's been a bit of a patch, and they didn't offer as many teams to come in and rescue me after I got fired from McLaren. I only had Haas step in and save the day for me. So we might only get one chance. So I want to make this one count. So thank you guys so much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. And I'll see you guys for a brand new video very soon.